Hi, this is Dan Mason, the author of A Biblical Tale of Secret Genders, Adelaide Books, New York and Lisbon. Since the U.S. presidential election this past November, I've been increasingly harassed online for my novel A Biblical Tale of Secret Genders, Adelaide Books 2018. For the most part, I've ignored it, but this time the harassment was extremely bad, threatening me with book burnings, going to hell, and with anti Semitism. I know we're living in a time of increased hatred, including anti-LGBTQ sentiment and anti-Semitism, but this was kind of jaw-dropping. This harassment missed this mark, though, in terms of making me frightened. Maybe it's because I've been through so much, but this kind of harassment just makes me more determined. In my book, religion belongs to everyone, and there have always been different genders. And that way, fiction is a fact. I decided to bring you the opening paragraphs of Chapter 1. Whoever heard of a divine conception? Tamar rolled her eyes. She looked skeptically at her twin. Tabitha wrinkled her brow and looked thoughtful. Outside, the wind blew. The black ghost skin wall shook. In the middle of the tent, the pole quivered. Stacked on a pile, clay pots rattled. One of the patriarchs might have said that the gust of wind was a sign from God. But Tamara knew better. It was spring. The winds were on them. Anyone who even thought of venturing forth knew that sandstorms would drive needles into their eyes. She didn't fear God, but she did fear the wrath of the villagers. All the signs were there. No bleeding for almost 3 months. Sickness in the mornings and afternoons. Tabitha had been asking for fresh sprigs of dill sprinkled on her terracotta bowl of pomegranate seeds. Tamara told herself she should have known. Tabitha stared into the bowl of water that she cupped in her hands. She turned the bowl counterclockwise once, twice, a third time. She stared longer, deeper. It looked like she was staring at her reflection, but Tamar could tell she was staring past it. God knows I have seen her stare at her reflection often enough, thought Tamar. I am going to give birth to twins. I will be the mother of nations. For my line, a Messiah will be born, proclaimed Tabitha. There was a snort from the other side of the tent. Tabitha looked over to the shadows. As these sat on his haunches, the outline of his shaggy fur led up to a slump. He shook his head and snorted. He pulled his thick, lavender lips back into a smile. He looked over at Tamar as if to read her mind. Messiah, indeed, thought Tamar. Was her sister nuts? This is Janet Mason reading from my novel They, a biblical tale of secret genders. Adelaide Books, New York and Lisbon, for BookTube and Spotify.